Suze, and welcome to tonight's episode of Keep the Bad Guys Away. Hey, breaking news flash. If you don't get it yet, hey, a real terrorist cannot tour the White House. One more time, breaking news flash, a real terrorist cannot tour the White House. A real terrorist cannot pass a United States Secret Service background check and tour the White House. Okay, here's my letter about my White House tour from the United States Secret Service. It comes from the Freedom of Information Act and Privacy Act's Officer Special Agent in Charge Craig W. Ulmer, United States Secret Service, Washington, D.C. Back in January 2010, when I went up to talk to Senator Harry Reid, and I was in Washington, D.C. for a week, I had his office set up a White House tour for me. So I have toured the White House. I have presented myself to the United States Secret Service at the White House gate. One of them actually called me by my nickname, Suze. Said I was on the list twice. That's because I had some, changes in travel arrangements. Probably had something to do with that. So I've toured the White House. I have seen President Obama when I was in the White House. I was there, and he came down the side and went out the front and got up and took off on his Air Force One helicopter. And in my situation, a lot of people have actually said, well, President Obama will help you, he'll help you, he'll help you. Well, he's hard to get to. Let me tell you, I experienced that. I have come closer to President Obama than probably a lot of people have. And if you try to get to President Obama or any president when you're not supposed to, believe me, you'll get tackled. But anyway, yes. So I toured the White House. I actually had a White House tour map, but that was taken. Now, first of all, it was given to me by a Secret Service agent when I toured the White House. But that was taken from me, so we're talking about concealing evidence, based on a whole scandal down in Maricopa County, Arizona, Goodyear, Arizona, based on this chick, Diane, that came up from Tucson, claimed to have problems with the FBI herself related to a husband that had been convicted. She was staying at the Emerge Domestic Violence Shelter with me, which would be the same address in which the United States Secret Service mailed this letter to me. Yes, the U.S. Secret Service mailed this letter about my White House when I was staying in a domestic violence shelter called Emerge in Goodyear, Arizona. But anyway, so my property got taken by this chick, Diane, who apparently had some, apparently had problems with the FBI. They were probably paying her off. But anyway, but my property got taken, including my White House tour map. Very, very sad. But I toured the White House. I passed the United States Secret Service background check and toured the White House. Now, a Secret Service agent in Phoenix, Arizona, so he further explained things to me, because I keep figuring out how to fix this. Now, this letter is very, very detailed. It's actually hard to read, probably, if I put it up on a video. But, it's very detailed. It talks about different laws. The Secret Service is always very thorough. If you ever get a chance to talk to the Secret Service, they're very thorough, very detailed. This one talks about waves records, ACR records, talks about, gives all different kinds of laws. They referred this whole situation to White House Counsel for consideration. Now, I called a Secret Service agent in Phoenix, and he further explained some things to me, because I thought maybe that they could contact President Obama or somebody up there in the White House, whatever. There's a lot of issues and stuff. And apparently, their Phoenix office doesn't necessarily do that. But he explained to me, a Secret Service agent in Phoenix explained to me that there are 2 criminal databases. And so he also explained to me that the government's fragmented, it's not comprehensive like other countries such as Canada. So I don't really know I'm still trying to analyze that. And then he also explained to me that, they don't even have jurisdiction over ICE. He explains a lot of things to me. So, but then I was able, when I was down in Houston, Texas a couple years ago, I called the Secret Service again. Called him up in Washington, D.C. because, I'm still having all this problems. I'm still having all this interference. I'm like, this is ridiculous. You know what? I have toured the White House. I passed the Secret Service background check. I toured the White House. What the damn hell is going on? So I called the Secret Service. They're in Washington, D.C. I called them on a Saturday. And I asked them maybe if they, I explained to the Secret Service agent up in Washington, I'm like, I haven't heard back from White House Counsel. He explained to me it's a Saturday and you'd have to wait until Monday, to contact them. But I still have not heard back from White House Counsel on anything about anything. So, which is concerning. Now, my Secret Service agent in Phoenix, he encouraged me to keep working with Congress. See, this is lots of issues. Terrorism, very big, very mishandled situation. He's keep working with Congress, so I keep doing that. I've even sent my Secret Service letter to all these members of Congress, including Senator Dianne Feinstein's office, because I just keep thinking that something's going to like click in their brain. I just don't get it, but I'm going to keep trying. But just know that a real terrorist cannot tour the White House and pass a Secret Service background check. So if you're seeing something in your computer, or if you're being told something by the FBI, CIA, Al-Qaeda task force, or whatever, it's fraudulent. So anyway, that's tonight's episode of Keep the Bad Guys Away. I'll see you next time.